Yo, what up? Peace and blessing to the fam. This your big homie Jared. You're rocking with the Retro Insider podcast show and YouTube channel. If you are new, please consider subscribing, and thank you so much for checking out the channel. We back again with another video, and as you probably already know from this box and the date of this video, yeah, we got the Bred 11s that are on deck for today that we're going to do an unboxing on. You've seen a million of these, so I won't focus too much on the shoe, but more or less about the experience of copping this shoe. So I have a size 10 here, and this is definitely one of the hottest sneakers of the year, depending on what type of sneakerhead you are. Either you like the OGs or you a fan of hype. Regardless, these are nice beauties of a shoe. Now, I'm not a retro lover connoisseur to the point to where I can tell you how each detail is different from each previous release. I can just tell you whether or not it's a nice shoe, and I must do say so myself. This is indeed a nice shoe. Those of you who probably are a little bit more well-versed in all of the intricacies and the details might have some gripes, but as far as I'm concerned, this is sufficient, you know what I mean, as far as quality is concerned, things of that nature. Now, the shoe originally released back in 96, if I believe. The silhouette dropped in 95. But this particular colorway was a 96 release, I think, had to do with Jordan being in the playoffs. So people call them the Bred 11s. I'm fine with that. But playoff 11s might be somebody else's cup of tea. But as far as the shoe is concerned, definitely one of the largest releases, probably the largest release of Nike and Jordan brand. Numbers were circulating. Well, I mean, numbers were being rumored to be around 2 million pairs between all of the sizes. I don't know how true that was or not, but they sold like as if it was 2,000. I'll tell you that. You know, they did all of the shock drops a month before the release. They did another shock drop a couple weeks before the release. And, you know, they did the sneaker passes across the country. They did the reservations everywhere on all the foot apps. They did toy drives at DTLR. And it seems like every shoe still sold, despite of the numerous pairs that were rumored to be out. So, yeah, as far as my experience, I got up early, like 6 o'clock on Saturday, went to the Nike store where I'm at, was able to reserve a grade school and a men's pair, picked those up. The line wasn't too crazy. They were efficient. They knew what they were doing and got people out of the door. Then I went to another mall. That mall, they weren't letting people in the mall before it opened until they just had some system going, and it got kind of rowdy because some people were just kind of confused, didn't know what was going on. I was able to, you know, kind of get in, get out rather quickly. But the consensus was the apps the night before prevented a lot of people from confirming their reservation. Some people said they seen where they confirmed it, then they tried to go in and confirm it, but by the time they did it, they lost their pairs. So that was extremely unfortunate, but I knew it was going to happen because it happened last year. A lot of people were flooding those apps trying to make sure they could confirm their reservation, and I'm sure people who missed out last year were in tune, keyed up, ready to go. So it was probably even more people on the apps this year. So yeah, I had some trouble, but fortunately I was able to confirm mine on the first run. And yeah, it's a great shoe, iconic shoe. I know a lot of people probably doubled up on these, if not did more. Resale is hovering 300 and change, and it's probably going to stay there for a little while, but it'll probably dip a little bit, maybe a little bit under 300, but not by much, especially if last year's Concord release was any indication of how these will do. So this is a very nice shoe in my opinion. Forgot to tell y'all too, since I was able to get the Nike reservations, I went in store and got these for below retail thanks to the Cash App. In a previous video, I told you guys they had a boost, which is like a discount for certain retailers if you use the Cash App card. And Nike was one of them a couple months ago, and I haven't deactivated that boost since because I knew that if I did, I probably would lose it. So if I just kept it, and that's going to be something that I have in my stash to get any purchase off Nike for 10% off, and I was able to get these, like I said, for below retail. So yeah, in the comments below, let me know what you think about these. Were you satisfied? Were you disappointed? Let me know any of those details below. Also, how many pairs did you get? But that's it for now. Stay tuned for the full review that I have posted on the theretroinsider.com a little bit after this, I'll spend more time with the shoe and get a full review up. And if you're watching this video later, I'll throw that link down in the description, so go check that out. But y'all take care. Hopefully you were lucky enough to get your pairs. Until next time, stay humble and proceed.